Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Manager 2022 video, and we are here for our next race, which is going to be Monaco. This is episode 7 as well, so we're going to be jumping on into Monaco for free practice, and then we'll jump on into the race. All right. So we've done some upgrades to our buildings. If you go over to facility here, we've completed all of those and we're currently working on these. So these one gives us a little more for now than what we're getting for staff. We've race simulator, we have that maxed out so our drivers get the most out of their experience gained. And we're working on that team hub, and for the factory, so you can see we're working on the wind tunnel and we're working on the CFD simulator. We're going to work on the suspension simulator next and throw on up a new factory. But our money is kind of going off. We only have 9 million remaining. Let's go see what we can do here at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Cars have been racing through Monaco streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy Le Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
All right, here we go for the Monaco Grand Prix.
There's contact! It's chaos on the track! Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
So it seems we have a crash in pre-practice 2 here. There goes the Ferrari slamming into the back of our car, slamming it into the wall. So Lewis Hamilton is out of pre-practice 2 here. Hamilton is out.
We return for the next day of our highly anticipated race weekend, which sees the end of practice and the start of qualifying. Drivers will need to perform with remarkable consistency if they're to secure a strong position on tomorrow's
This
grid.
guy with his flashlight
It's not just
again.
about one moment of brilliance. No, they'll need to prove over the course of qualifying that they have what
The
it
garage
takes
is fully
to
lit.
occupy those coveted places.
I guess he has to use
So
the flashlight
here we are,
down underneath the
ready
car.
to resume.
Now let's get into FP3 and get it completed.
Session is over.
All right, guys, there we go. Qualifying is over. George Russell P5. Lewis Hamilton will be starting at the back of the pack as he has a 5-place grid penalty. So we'll have to work our way through the pack with Lewis Hamilton. Probably go for a one-stop strategy with him, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So let's jump on into the race.
But they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result.
The work Red Bull did during qualifying was nothing short of spectacular. Now let's see if they can repeat that for today's race. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
And you can't get much more excitement than this on race day. It's the Monaco Grand Prix.
There we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. Let's go. All right, so strategy-wise, I think we're going to go for a one-stop with Hamilton, and then we could see what we could do there. Both drivers in Q3, so we're losing money there. We get that one, so we're going to lose some money there. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's jump on and see. All right, tire strategy. Can we get a one-stop? All right, so that's what I'm looking for with Lewis Hamilton here. Type C. All right, let me see. We normally hold our tire legs a little better, so we could go 45 on those hards, and then come back to mediums. Yep, and that should take us to the finish. Our tire deck is already normally good, so if we come back to mediums there, that should be good. Let me see something here. If we extend these hards a little more. All right, so that's right where we want it. Optimal 45 laps, and then we'll go and push those mediums to the end with Lewis Hamilton for a one-stop strategy for him, as he's starting from the extreme back. All right, George Russell should be going for a two-stop strategy, but looks like we can also do a one-stop strategy here with George Russell. Looking good. So we could go mediums for 32. Let me see. 32 laps on these mediums for Russell, and then we can go hards to the end, as we're pretty good at managing our tires. So we could definitely go with that, medium and hards to the end for George Russell. So 32 laps on mediums, and then we'll push those to the end. All right. Track looking nice. No weather, no rain coming in. So we're looking good, and that's going to be our setup. And let's jump on into the Monaco Grand Prix.
Now we should have good weather for the race, and that will be welcome news for the teams. And here we have George Russell. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first.
I think Russell is going to be starting Q4 or something like that.
It's Hamilton.
Hamilton is way at the back.
So they'll need to work hard.
Oh man, the camera. What's up, cameraman? What are you doing, cameraman? Now he finds Lewis.
It's time for one of the most exciting races in the world. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out
and away we go. All right. So Q4 starts for Russell. Hamilton in the back. First thing I want to see is the tires. All right, so medium, softs, good. Good. So some of these guys are going to be going for two stops, while we're going to do the one stop again. Lewis Hamilton picked up an early position. Russell picked up an early position, now up to Q3. So a pretty decent start. So we're going to put most of our focus today on George Russell, and try to keep him up there in the podium spots, and we'll just let Lewis come back as far as he can to pick up as much position as he can. All right, so we have a great race today. Let's go. We're up for the challenge. Let's see what we could do. Monaco is a track that overtaking is a bit difficult on, so we got to be mindful of that and just watch our tires and bring the cars home. First lap about to be completed. Looking good. Hamilton all over. Who is that? Tires are getting hot. Just cool them down a bit, bro. Go a little light on them. Little light on them. Then you can bring it back up and bring it back up. Russell is out of DRS zone
afraid to use the
on
tires.
Perez.
Yeah,
So we want to push him a little bit into DRS zone
Tick.
on Perez. We don't want him to drop off too much. We want him right in that DRS zone. So we're going to push that ERS so we can get into that slipstream and that DRS train in the third lap. All right, so we're gonna go deploy with Russell right around here so he can get a good boost down that straight. Here he comes. Now he should be deploying like everything down this straight, everything. That should be able to get him back up into the position.
Has been enabled.
Yes, there he is getting in there. All right, we're gonna cut back down to neutral since we don't need to harvest so early. Get him back in there. We just want to be in there behind Perez so we can get DRS when it's time for DRS this lap. Right, so we're gonna kind of keep that up to deploy again as we see him dropping out of that 1 second behind Perez. However, Sainz is keeping up his 1 second behind us on his mediums. So we want Russell to be right up on Perez once we hit that straight. So we're gonna just push with that ERS a bit to close down that gap so we can then get DRS on Perez and stick with him. So we'll just let him keep pushing with the ERS. Picking up good speed on Sainz as well. So he should have DRS on this straight. There he goes, DRS. Rear wing wide open. And then we're gonna cut down to harvest right there.
Okay, so charging the pack.
All right.
Yeah, copy.
Uphill. Lewis, where is he at? Let's bring him up to overtake.
Overtake, press. Overtake, press.
Did he lose the position? Nope, he's still in P19. So we're gonna let him press a little bit and we'll bring it back to neutral.
No need to charge.
Copy.
We want to always have DRS on Perez, so we stick with the front runners, stick with that train as Verstappen pulls away. You see if Lewis can get this position. Come on, Lewis, you're right on him. Right on him, Lewis. Right on him. We're right on him. Getting ready to go on that straight where we should have DRS. We have a little small chance now to push. There he goes. DRS flying. Oh, he also has DRS, but we still got the position. Nice overtake there from Lewis Hamilton. We'll just cut back that to neutral. We're not going to harvest yet as we go up the hill.
Mercedes moved up a place.
Nice overtake. We saw it. Thank you. Russell kind of dropping out behind Perez. We don't want him to drop out, so we're going to use a little bit of that overtake.
You have overtake.
Copy.
So he closed down behind Perez. We don't want him to drop behind at all. Want him to be right there behind Perez. Verstappen on soft, so he'll be making an early pit stop, and we're right on him. Let's use that DRS. Fly down on Perez. Nice. And then once that goes down, we'll cut back down to harvest
Charge the pack.
as we go up the hill. Back down to Lewis. Let's go harvest on Lewis.
Just
We
to
should
charge the
have
pack.
DRS here.
Understood.
We're not yet ready to pull that overtake. He's going for it. He's going for it. Nope. He's on harvest, so he didn't manage to pull it there. But we'll get it. No problem. We'll get him. Let's keep Russell going. Holding P3. Perez kind of pulling away, so we're going to go deploy on Russell here. See if he can close down that gap on Perez. Don't want Perez to pull too far out so we don't have DRS. Cut back to neutral on Lewis.
So no need to charge the pack.
All right, we don't have DRS, so we'll have to deploy. Sainz is going to have DRS on us, though. So that deployment held him off. And we're going to have to cut to harvest.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
We have to just keep micromanaging as we go along. And we'll let Lewis Hamilton do his thing. There he goes. Whenever the opportunity presents itself, he's going to take advantage of that. So we already know that. So we'll just let him continue to pull along while we focus on Russell here.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Deploy again as Russell is out of DRS on Perez again. Come on, Russell. Get in there, man. Get in there, George. Let's push a little.
Reduce, lift and course.
Yep, fine.
Get back in there. We should be in there. We should be in there. Yes, we are in there. Let's see if we get DRS. Yes, we do. There goes that rear wing. Wide open. And that going to close down that gap. And we could cut it back down to balance. And then we could cut it back down to harvest.
Yeah.
Whew. It's a lot of work
Charge the pack.
Copy.
here. We're going for a one stop. Hopefully they're going for a two stop. That would be nice. Some of them started on softs. Those are on our softs. Should definitely be going for a two stops because it's 78 laps. So I definitely think most of them will be going for a two stop and or one stop. Will work great for us here to pull us in front. So we harvest a good amount. We're cut it up to neutral. So Russell used a little.
Copy.
Oh, he's dropping back. Deploy. Deploy, deploy. So he takes these corners. Nice. He's dropping back. Man, struggling to keep up with Perez. Lewis' tires are getting a little bit warm. Yeah, let them warm up, man. Let them warm up. Alright, we should get DRS. Should see the wing. There it is. Wide open. As we deploy, cut back to harvest.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
Come on, Russell, stick with Perez. Let's see our tire deg. All right, so we're nice and above our tire deg here, so we could increase our pace a little on these tires. So let's bring up Russell's pace and bring up Lewis a little some pace. As our tire deg is really good here. We're right above the line. So let's go a little aggressive on those tires and see if we could close down some of the gap. Right, Lewis. Time to do some overtake.
Press, overtake.
All right, we're within. We're gonna go back to deploy on Russell. And once it flats out, then we drop back to harvest right there.
Charge the pack.
Keep that gap nice and tight. Lewis Hamilton on Seb Vettel here. Hunting. He should get him with DRS on the straight. As we pick up the pace. 83% tires. Lewis Hamilton got Seb Vettel. Now he's going to be pulling away to charge down Bottas.
It's a race position gained for a Mercedes.
Let's
Here's
watch
the
that
replay.
overtake. I think it's going to be
Now,
on the
just
straight.
watch the Mercedes here.
Yep, down the straight. Nice inside line with DRS. No way Seb is stopping that. Russell harvesting nicely here. And we're going to keep deploying on that straight with Russell as Perez is pulling away. So we're going to keep deploying with Russell here to stick with Perez. Flat out, and we're going to cut down to harvest.
Just charge the pack, concentrate on that.
Copy.
Hamilton, we're going to go to harvest for him as well. He's caught up to Bottas. Really nice driving here from Lewis, catching up to Bottas really fast. We're going to charge that pack a little.
Fastest lap.
Lewis got the fastest lap. Let's get ready to deploy for George. Deploy. So he can get a better, nicer exit. Then when he goes flat out, we'll go back to charge. Hamilton now on Bottas. All right, let's go back to harvest here.
So charge a bit the pack.
Copy.
Here goes Lewis. He's now in a DRS train. So we're gonna let that battery charge and then we're gonna deploy, do some overtake push in the next lap to get Bottas and Ricciardo out the way to go hunt down Mick Schumacher, get him out the way and keep climbing. Cut that up to neutral for a bit.
Charge the pack.
Okay.
And see if we can stay within that 6 seconds on Perez, or if we're going to drop back. Yeah, we're dropping back. So we're going to have to go for deploy. All right, Hamilton now fully charged. All right, with DRS, wait for it to go flat out, and we'll go back to harvest. There we go, back to harvest.
So charge your pack. Keep
And we're gonna go overtake with Lewis.
Yep.
So he gets a good exit on Bottas here
Overtake is available.
with that DRS.
Understood.
In that DRS train. Wide open with Lewis Hamilton there, flying down. We're gonna let that overtake keep running. And then we're gonna go deploy for George Russell. I don't know, Perez just keeps pulling away from Russell. He can't seems to keep up with Perez at all. And Perez's tires is running really slower than ours. Not burning down as fast as ours. Alright, so we're right back on the line, so we're good to keep pushing at the pace we're pushing with our tires. We're right on the line. You want to go to harvest for Russell. He's right now on Perez. He's right on the back of Perez. And let's go harvest on Lewis. Right on the back of Bottas. He's not getting out of that DRS train, so we'll just let him keep driving there for now as we focus on Russell sticking with Perez here. Deploy. So we can get a nice exit. So we see there goes our battery going up, picking up speed, using that battery. Picking up. And you see that blue line going up, that's your battery going down, deploying that ERS. And then when it goes flat out, that's when it's not deploying anymore. So it's finished. You gotta cut down to harvest. Nice inside line George Russell has now on Perez as we go into harvest.
So charge the pack.
Yeah, copy.
Hamilton stuck in this DRS chain. Cut him to neutral, so he used a little more ERS and see if he can get out of the train.
Stop and charge.
Yep.
You have a good amount of extra fuel.
Tires are getting hot.
Hey, Ben.
Tires are getting hot, says Lewis. Tires are alright, man. Just keep driving, the tires are alright. Tires are a bit cooler for Russell. Driving clean air. So those tire temperatures come down a bit. And we'll also tell Russell to drive in clean air. And you'll see Russell now picking some better lines on Perez to drive in that clean air. Are we harvesting that entire lap? We're at 140 for Hamilton on tires. Russell 130. All right, so they're getting a little bit hot. So we're gonna have to drop pace to cool them down, and then we'll pick it back up. We'll drop pace to cool them down, then we'll pick it back up.
So struggling with tire temps at the moment.
Yeah, copy.
You can take that off now. Our temperatures are down cool. Take that off. All right, our temperatures are in a nice area, so we could take those off. Russell kind of dropped back on Perez because we were paying attention to that. We deployed. We can't deploy. We had it on too late. Signs he's gonna get the overtake. It's all right.
So currently you're P4.
It's all right. We'll get back at him.
Oh, and Ferrari just
No
gained the
worries.
race.
No need to charge.
Yeah, roger.
Alright, so since we're in P4, let's speed it up in the sake of time for the video. Let's put a little speed on it. Car. Somebody crashed. Somebody crashed.
Safety car, safety
Somebody
car.
crashed. Do we want to go in now?
Keep
Is
it
the
down to
question.
positive and no overtaking.
Oh man. Do we want to dive in for a fresh set of tires under the safety car? Lewis Hamilton, do we want to pit him to fresh tires under that safety car? We could go to mediums, but then we wouldn't get our full stint on our mediums that we wanted. Nah, we're not pitting. Sticking to our strategy.
We've had a big crash here.
Big crash. Let's stick to our strategy. We did not get to
Sounds
see
like
the.
there's been
There
a
we.
crash.
Yeah, let's see the
Let's see
crash.
what happened there. All
Let's see the
eyes on
crash.
Kevin Magnussen here.
Magnussen. Ooh. Ooh.
That crash
Man, that
is
was a good
terrible
crash.
news for the team.
Look at the marshals. They're just standing there.
The team are really disappointed with
The
that.
marshals are just standing there, like watching, like, what is this one doing? All right, Verstappen is in the pits on that safety car. Verstappen pitted. Perez did not pitted. Verstappen was the only one who pitted. What tires did he pitted for? What tires did he pit for? He was on soft, so the safety car played right into Max Verstappen's hands right there. You see what he come back on? You see? Mediums, please be mediums. Please come back on mediums, Max. Please come back on mediums. Hards, oh man. So he might be going to the finish on those hards. He might be going to the finish on those hards. Max Verstappen. Might be going to the finish on those hards. Let's speed it up until the safety car is about to go in. So it's not letting the lap cars through though. The safety car is not letting the lap cars through. Let's go up to Russell. The lap cars are up there, all bunched up. Not letting the lap cars through at all. Let's see. Speed it up a bit more. ERS fully charged. So we charged up our battery and everything on conserve. We're waiting for them to say safety car ending in this lap. So let's speed it up until that time.
Safety car is in this lap.
Okay, safety car in. So we're gonna bring back our strategy up. Bring back our pace up. Bring back our balance up.
So use his tires.
Go neutral.
Yep, fine.
Go neutral. Safety car in. There we go.
Safety
All right,
cars
so
in
we're
the pits.
looking good.
Copy.
Back to racing. So Verstappen is the only car that pitted on the safety car. Only Verstappen pitted. Everybody else
Not the charge.
is on their old tires. Only Max Verstappen pitted here. So the safety car played right into Max's hand. He can now go to the finish on those hards. I doubt he's going to go to the finish on them though. He definitely is going to go for another pit stop. But the safety car played right in his hands there. So we'll keep pushing with George Russell. Let's keep within DRS of Sainz. Keep our battery on neutral. Alright, Sainz is kind of pulling off on us. We don't want that, so we're going to cut up to overtake.
So you have overtake.
Use a little more of that ERS to stick with him. Let's go deploy. No, we can't deploy because we're already on the straights. Let's cut it back to harvest. Keep it at neutral for now.
Copy.
Keep it at neutral.
So charge off. Copy.
And then we'll go aggressive on our
Pick up
tires.
the pace.
They should be up to temperature now.
Feel good.
Yep, there they are. Good operational temperature. Good. Now we're gonna give Russell overtake from here.
Have overtake as well. Copy.
Give Hamilton overtake from here.
Overtake is available.
All right, so we're now in the pit window for George. We'll keep going with him. Looks like everybody's going to be going for a one stop at this point. So we're going to push him into that pit window. Let's go back down to conserve on fuel. And we're going to burn down these tires.
And save fuel.
We're going to burn these tires down as he's within his pit window. Lewis Hamilton has a pretty good amount, and we're going to cut these fuel down on Hamilton as well. Let's burn these tires down on Russell, and then we'll come back to pit.
Increase the lift and coast just a little.
Understood.
Hamilton now up to P14. We didn't even see because we were speeding up when he went to pit there. Russell uses his DRS. Lie down behind signs. Let's see if we go to pit with George Russell now. We're coming back out in P14. No, we might need to extend or pit stop with Russell here. We need to extend or pit stop with Russell. Let's go 35 laps. Let's go 35 and go upgrade. So we can get a good clean pit stop. We do have the tires to run them at this pressure. They're burning down. Let's cut them down to aggressive. Cool them down a bit. Yeah, cool them down a bit. We want to put him in a pit window where he goes to pit and he's back out in a good position. So 2 laps to his new pit window. All right, so there we see if he goes to pit, he's gonna come out in P11 with this pit window here. All right, so we'll keep that pit window. And we'll just let him keep pushing for a few more laps. Let's speed it up. Has gone to pit, leading Russell to P2 with Perez behind, closing into his new pit window. Let's check the pit window again. So if he goes to pit now, he's going to come out in P10 and Sainz is P9 currently. All right, so let's do a fast out lap here.
You have overtake.
Copy.
Pit window in 10 laps for Lewis. George Russell still out in P10, still back out in P10. What tires is Sainz on? Hard, so he's definitely going to the end on those hards. So it looks like everybody's doing a one stop here. All right, we see Perez now in the pit, so George Russell is going to be out there in that clean air. We're going to let him push those tires.
Bring it.
Copy.
Let's cut him down to neutral on his ERS.
In the pit lane.
We're gonna fire it up. Let's go push as well for Russell. Let's see the pit window for George Russell. If we pit him in this lap, he'll be back out still in P10. So we're gonna let him fire it up a little bit. Then we'll bring him in the next lap.
Really well executed.
And he's firing it up.
Reduce, lift and coast.
Okay.
Hamilton
Let's
picked
take a
up 2
closer look.
positions. Let's see
Now
that.
watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
Oh, via pit. Ah, nice overtake there from Lewis. As he puts pressure on.
Wow.
Beautiful driving there from Lewis. As we have Russell sending it here into his pit window. Let's see. All right, so if we go to pit now with Russell, we're coming out in P5 if we pit this lap. So we're going to let him fire up this next lap, and then we're going to bring him into pit in lap 34. All right, so we're going to bring him into pit now and come back out in P5. And we were going to bring him to hard tires to go to the end. All right, let's bring him into pit there.
Okay, so box, box, box.
And let him fire up this lap.
Yes, box.
Come on, Russell, fire up this lap. Fire it up, man. Fire it up. Fire it up, George. Still coming out in P5. Who is in P's? So we're coming out behind Carlos Sainz. When we do go to pit now, we're coming out behind Sainz in front of Sonoda.
Tires are getting hot.
Copy.
Let's watch. All right, Lewis tires. Tires are looking good, Lewis, man. Cool them down a bit. Tires are getting a little warm. You're going to be going to pit, bro. When you light them up. That's what we want. Light them up, George. Back up to aggressive with Lewis. Up to P10.
And we'll push.
Yep.
Right, here comes Russell for his pit stop. We should be back out in P5. Let's go in the big screen for the pit stop. Russell in the pit. So P5 is Perez and Sainz right there battling it out. Russell now on his way out. Could he get out before? Come on, Russell. Come on, George Russell. Come on, George Russell. You got this, Russell. You got this. You got this. Come on, Russell. Pick it up. Pick it up. Where are they? Pick it up. There we go. There we go. Awesome exit on George Russell right there. And we're just going to cut it back down there and there. He's going to have that DRS train right behind him. Awesome exit. Awesome exit there from George Russell. Awesome drive there from Russell to be back out in P2. So even better than predicted from our pit window, huh? Even better. So P16 Hamilton coming back out. We'll just let him keep pushing for now. Russell did really better there than we predicted. The only issue now with Russell is that DRS train. If we could get him out. So we're going to go deploy here on the battery and see if we can get him out of that DRS train of Ocon. There we go. Get it pulling away from Ocon. There we go. Pull away from Ocon. Pull away. Pull away. There we go, Russell. And then we'll see if Ocon can hold up those guys behind as Russell pulls away. Ocon is going to go to pit. Sainz is still going to get DRS though. He's still going to get DRS. Harvest. And he's going to close down the gap. Not too close though. But he did close down that gap. At 1.5 is George Russell away from Sainz. From Perez. Perez got Sainz. So we'll try and keep Russell away. Let's try and pull Russell away here for a few laps. Then we'll speed it back up. And we're going to go deploy here. So we get a nice exit down this small straight. Keeping Perez behind us. You got this, Russell. You got this, man. Yeah, we'll have to cut to harvest here.
So charge the pack.
Copy.
Through here. Harvest. Then we're going to go deploy right around here. He's going to use all of what he has. But that's alright. We'll just cut down. As long as we keep them out of DRS on us, that's good for me.
So watch out for DRS.
Sainz will now have DRS on Perez, but he will not have DRS on us. That's what we want. We're on fresher hards. You see our trajectory. We're right on it, so we could increase Russell up to aggressive and let him try and pull off. Because we did extend his laps, didn't we? So we're going to let him try and pull off. We're going to let him try and pull out. All right, charge a little bit here. Perez is right on us now. It's not what we want. So we're going to wait for deploy a bit. Perez comes right on us. Deploy is there. Now he's going to get DRS on us. That's not what we want, man. That's not what we want. Pick up the pace, Russell. Pick up the pace. Yep, he's within it. He's within it. So we could just cut back down to harvest. No need. He's within it.
Just charge the pack.
You can't hold him off.
Copy.
So we'll just keep him right there where he is. And hopefully his tires drop off before our tires does. That's all we gotta hope for, huh? Right, Hamilton closing it down on his pit window. Tires looking good for Lewis. Let's see if we go to pit with Lewis now. We're gonna come out P16. Yeah, we don't want that at all. So we're gonna let Hamilton push for these last 4 laps. So we're gonna go fully aggressive on Lewis.
You can do this.
For these last 4 laps. And we're gonna push some of that fuel.
And think about left lifting coast.
Understood.
Deploy as he makes this corner.
So that's Tsunoda.
Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes.
Hamilton taking a nice overtake here. Squeezing in front and pulling off. Beautiful overtake there from Lewis. So deploy for Russell to keep him in his position. Tsunoda crashed. Is this going to be a safety car? Let me see if this is a safety car crash. Oh no, it's not a safety car. Come on, could it be a virtual safety? Lewis would have loved a virtual safety right now. Oh man, if it was a virtual safety right now, man, Lewis would have definitely loved that. Alright, let's watch this deployment of Russell. And then we'll cut back down to harvest. Let's speed it back up. Alright, let's take a quick look on Lewis now for his pit stop. We're right in his pit window. Still he's now out P15. Alright, let's see if we could extend this lap. I think he has clean air in front, so we want to extend a little bit on Lewis here. Oh, we are pushing him. We are pushing him. We are pushing him. Let's go deploy a bit here on Lewis and see if we could pull away. See if we can pull away a little bit so we can then make our pit stop in that next pit stop. Right, so fuel is now down on Lewis, so we'll have to cut back that to balance.
The hot and temps, just going to need some lift and coast.
Russell defending really nice there on harvesting without us going to deploy. Alright, so we'll bring Lewis in now. We'll bring Lewis in now. So we want him to do a flying lap. Yep, we'll bring him in now. And he should be coming out on some fresh mediums for the remainder of the race.
That is fastest lap.
All right, so he did get the fastest lap there on that push lap. So we'll definitely bring him into his pit window now. He's still going to come out at P14. And that's all right. Let's cut neutral for George Russell.
I need to charge the pack.
Through here. And then we'll go up to deploy. And we should get DRS on this next Williams. With our deployment as well. Where is our DRS? How comes we didn't get DRS on the Williams there? Let's cut back down to harvest.
Charge the pack.
As we push Lewis now for his pit stop. Lewis Hamilton now going in for his pit stop. Come on, crew. Come on. Go, go, go. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see where Hamilton is going to get his exit. P13 looks possible. Looks like he could make P13 and beat out Norris there. Let's see. Nope, he's not making it. Come on, Lewis. Step on the gas, man. Step on the gas. Step on the gas, man. Beat out Norris. Beat out Norris. There you go. There you cut that down to standard. As we beat out Norris there. So P13. So a nice little pit stop there from Lewis. As we were harvesting, we're going to cut that to neutral. And then we're going to go deploy
So no need to charge the pack.
for Russell.
Yep.
I'm not even sure. Let's see if we can watch. So we speed it up a bit. As you can see, let's watch out. Leclerc. Leclerc. Did he crash? Leclerc. Oh. Woo. That's a terrible crash. Hopefully he got some damage. Because if he gets some damage, that's going to slow him down. He'll have to go to pit. George Russell pulled away from the guys behind. We only have Max Verstappen out in front on some 48% tires while we're on 59%. Tires are a little warm, says George Russell. We're going to cut him back down to standard a bit. Lewis Hamilton doing a good. There goes Leclerc in the pits. Can Hamilton go and catch up? Nope, he's too far away. He's too far away. All right, so our drivers are doing a pretty decent job here. We're going to cool those tires down a bit on Russell. Then we'll pick them back up. Right, there we go, picking them back up.
Right, push hard now.
Happened there. Now watch
Lewis
this.
Hamilton
Lewis
now
Hamilton
picking up
rolls
on
in this one.
Zoe. DRS all the way down the inside. Nice driving, Hamilton. Now up to P9. Great driving from
Moving
Lewis
up a
here.
place there.
Up to
Excellent
P9.
work from them.
And Russell still
Back in
holding
the
good
garage,
in
the team
P2.
absolutely loved it.
So we'll pick it up again for the sake of time.
Mercedes, let's take a closer look.
Another position
Now,
picked
just
up from
watch
Lewis
the
Hamilton
Mercedes
down the
here.
inside. Up to P8 now. Once again, Lewis Hamilton doing a great drive here to make his way through the pack. Let's see if he can get up in front. If he could get into P6, that would be nice. Or P7, anywhere there would be nice. All right, and Russell doing good. So let's keep speeding. Cut to a balanced fuel here. He should be good to hold his position to the finish. P8 after starting from the back. That was a nice run from him. And here we go. One more lap for George Russell to take the victory home. Let's see what tires. 28% for Verstappen on tires. 27% for Lewis Hamilton on mediums. So yeah, really nice run. It was a good race. Hamilton P8, not too bad. Though we're gonna lose some bonus money here, but it was still a nice run. All right, we made a huge mistake in qualifying on Hamilton. Then he got a 5-second grid penalty and he started at the back of the pack. Not a 5 seconds grid penalty. He got a grid penalty that brings him take away 5 places, and he got out in Q2. P2 at P15. So yeah, it is what it is. Russell hold the front for us here, deliver some points. Right. Here comes George Russell for his final run. P2. There we go. Verstappen wins. And George Russell. There we go. Verstappen wins. George Russell going across the line now for P2. Great race from Russell. Awesome race. Lewis Hamilton. Great race. P8. We'll take P8. Awesome race. Awesome race. Let's speed it up for the sake of the video, and then we'll go to our podium celebration. Here we go for our podium celebration. George Russell, P2, making it to the podium.
British motorsport proud.
Lewis Hamilton would have been somewhere about there with him if we didn't have that hiccup, but it is what it is. You never know what's going to happen in each race. Just got to try to bounce back and do your best. All right, so Max Verstappen winning that one there. Good race win from Verstappen. Did well in qualifying and took control of that entire race. All right, here goes George Russell collecting his trophy. There we go, George Russell, P2.
And right now it's
good
the
race.
British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
Good race, man. Throw that champagne. Throw that champagne. Awesome celebrations.
For these drivers, they'll be taking home their trophies and a decent haul of points for their team.
Leclerc even crashed out in this race, so as I said, you never know when one of your car is going to crash in a race or anything. You just got to keep going, you know, never know. So that's basically going to be it for this one. Use code word SKIP down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. I know these videos are long, and I really appreciate you guys who watch the full videos for all your support. So remember to smash that like button as well. And there we go. We're going to lose some money here, but it's all right. All right, Lewis Hamilton still P. He basically dropped, did he? No, he maintained P4. Russell maintained P6 in the Constructors. And in the Drivers' Championships and in Constructors, Mercedes, strong lead in P4, in P3, so we're good to go from there, all right? And there we go, Lewis Hamilton, not gaining too much experience there. Russell gaining a development points, and or rookie driver gaining a good amount of experience again, because we keep using him in FP1 to give him that extra experience. Let's jump on. All right, so we still made a profit. We lost some money. Driver bonuses. George Russell got his bonus, 200K. I'm happy Lewis Hamilton did not win, because Lewis Hamilton bonus is like 2-point-something million. So we gained some money there. We just lost 100,000 there. So good gain on money there. So yeah, that's basically going to be it for this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Well, good guys.